I'm fine, man. What do you want to take? She's bad. Get this. Alright. Pause that real quick. I need to do scroll. I need to do that. And backtrack. Alright. I'm working on a song right now. I'm working on a song called Diamond. And I just, came up with a lyric. And basically in the song, what I'm saying, well, I already wrote this part. But basically, what I'm saying is, she don't want to. She's a grown woman. She don't want to box me. She don't want to fight me. She don't want to degrade herself. She don't want to be made a dime a dozen. So just push her with pressure, diamond, right? Because you make a diamond with pressure. So I was thinking about that, right? And there's patterns in life that all flow together, right? And they follow that same pattern, the same blueprint. It's like when you build a car or a car engine. There's a reason why your mechanic kind of has an idea of how to fix your alternator already and how to change the battery or how changing the tire goes. Is because typically these things follow the same format, right? You understand what I'm saying? Life, there's so many things in life that work by the same format, right? So then understanding, when you take that to the level of God, and I do this to I'm exploring God and understanding God better on a spiritual level, outside of religion, of course. And it's like understanding how a diamond is you apply pressure and you get this diamond, right? And the pressure applied to a diamond to help a diamond expose itself. Diamond is already there, right? She needs to expose herself, essentially. Think about how beautiful that diamond is. And think about the idea of heaven and what we call heaven. A lot of us believe that we have to experience heaven outside of the body. But you go through darkness and lots of pressure, problems, and your objective is to overcome these things in life, right? And stay pure, stay beautiful, stay crystal like a diamond. And in life, you go through so many trials and tribulations, and your objective is to keep your spirit in tune with the Most High. Essentially, what you're doing is keeping your spirit in its natural state and the way that it's supposed to be. So you try, because of the fact that we have like a diamond doesn't have any choice but to be a diamond. We don't have to alter it. A tree has no choice but to be a tree. We would have to do something to alter it. It follows its design automatically. You understand what I'm saying? But since we have intelligence, and because we are aware, we know the knowledge of what we refer to metaphorically in the Bible as the apple. Since we are aware of ourselves, you see what I'm saying? We now have to fight off what we refer to as sin and go back to the natural state. Because within the natural state, life would just be precious. If we would just be what we are naturally. You understand what I'm saying? But self-awareness is like the worst thing for man. And it's like we have to know we know that we're brilliant. We know that we're beautiful. We know this, and now that we have this knowledge, it pollutes everything. You understand what I'm saying? So now we have become the smut. We have become the dirt. We've become the oil and the grut and the grime and everything that has to be cleaned from a diamond for a diamond to become, as beautiful as we see it in the physical manifestation. You know what I'm saying? So then, to take a part of the grit or the grime of life and to attach it to yourself as a part of yourself, you essentially remain in darkness. So then that would be the reason that the media, the movies and music and a lot of other things encourage certain levels of grime as normal when it's not the natural state. You understand what I'm saying? So then the question is, what is the natural state? How do we acknowledge what the natural state is? And acknowledging that natural state outside of the education system in a spiritual nature, in a spiritual way, then when we start to talk about sexuality, then what is the natural state within that? When you take out the factors of things like the physical attraction and what things psychologically are affected by grime or grit or dirt of the knowledge of self within a society and the influential effects of society on one person's psyche. When we erase all of those factors and we focus on the natural form of sexuality and what happens within it outside of physical attraction, then what is that natural state of sexuality? And within that, we would find the diamond of sexuality, the natural state, right? Or, I'm saying diamond, but so essentially what I'm saying is basically sin. It's like grime, it's dirt. But who are you naturally? Who am I naturally? You hear what I'm saying? So I explore myself when we start talking about romance. Naturally, who am I? When I erase the factors of failed relationships, right? When I erase failed relationships, I erase disappointment. When I erase hurt, who am I naturally to a woman? Naturally, me to a woman, I want to be everything for her. There's no such thing as insecurity. In my mind, no such thing as insecurity. Anytime you feel nervous or worried about something, a woman should never hold that. You should never be like, I wonder what he's doing, or I wonder what that's about. She should be able to express that verbally or whatever, laying next to me. I feel like this. Can you explain this situation for me? And I explain it. She listens. And I am sensitive to what made her feel a little insecure. And I try to make sure that my actions show her that, baby, I'm concerned. I'm paying attention. I know that bothered you. And look, I'm going to take a little extra step so that you can see that, baby, there's nothing to worry about. But at the same time, that woman has to take action and acknowledge that I am giving her that. I'm making it obvious to her. And she needs to be able to let that go so that we could move forward in our relationship. You know what I'm saying? But in order for her to be able to do that, she would have to see herself in a natural state and erase the influences of society, media, and look at her own personal experiences with me individually, exclusively, and make a determination based off of that. If it's something that's happening between us that's fueling their insecurity, or is it coming from an outside source? You know what I'm saying? So, applying pressure to create a diamond does not excuse the evils of the world. But see, what happens is, what are things in their natural states? Are they more beautiful in the natural state than it is outside of is it more beautiful in the natural state versus the altered state that we create? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I just wanted to share that real quick. I had to do it because this is how I come up with a lot of lyrics for some of my songs. And it was like, man, it hit me. And I was like, when you really think about it, man, it's crazy how life works in that same pattern. And if we understood that concept as a people, as a race, a human race, we could cure the world. And there would be nothing that the powers could do about it. There'd be nothing that they could do about it. Imagine that. They couldn't control their goons. They couldn't control their military forces and try to intimidate us. You see what I'm saying? Because everyone is in tune. And what we come to find out is it's just this little small guy, it's just little dude. A couple of, 5 or 6 people. They're weak and pathetic and powerless without their machines and their systems. Could all fall down. And we could be a human race. We wouldn't be black and we wouldn't be white, we wouldn't be Mexican, we wouldn't be Asian, we would just be people. No borders. Travel freely. Enjoy the world. You don't have to die and work to death just to get a vacation for 2 weeks. You could trade homes with someone overseas for a couple of months. Hey, we're gonna go live in your house. You come live in our house. Just enjoy life. We could be that. We could be that. A person's wealth would be a term determined by their actual talent, not their ability to manipulate the system. Yeah. Thanks for watching. This is your boy Thano. You're watching Thano at Self Help. Regular people helping each other help themselves. I need to finish this song and go lay down. Give me some sleep. I got a lot to do tomorrow. So, peace.